What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you watch any sort of technology videos, you'll see that MKBHD did a video a few days ago called Dear Apple, where he basically talked about all the things that the consumers want to see from Apple for this year. And I thought, you know what, let me put a twist on that. Dear Kanye West, because I do all kinds of fashion stuff. Kanye West is very popular right now with all the Yeezys and everything like that. So I thought, why not put a video out talking about all the things that the consumers want to see from him in 2017. Obviously, I can't speak for everybody, but I went on my social medias and asked you guys, what do you think you would want to see from Kanye West and what he could change about all the lines that he's currently doing. So I have some insight from my personal perspective and also some of my viewers' perspective on things that I'd like to see changed. First off, Dear Kanye West, produce more shoes. This is probably one that everybody's gonna say and that everybody does say about the Yeezy line is they want more shoes. And now this is because all of them are pretty limited and you have to pay a pretty penny to get them. Recently, they've been producing more, I would say. The black and red ones were selling for like $450 to $500 when they first dropped. They're a little bit up there now. But after that, we had the zebras that just came out last week, and those are selling for $2,000. So this whole thing that everybody will be able to have Yeezys, it was coming and I thought that it was gonna happen, but then it just kind of went out the door with the zebras. Now the zebras are insanely desirable and everybody wants them, and they're paying $2,000 for it, which me personally, I will not pay $2,000 for those shoes. I just think it's crazy. I will be talking a little bit more about the Adidas and the Yeezy collabs, but I also want to talk about the Yeezy clothing line because that is another big thing that I think needs to be changed about Yeezy, and that is the prices with the Yeezy season lines. They have been absolutely insane, and I know that the prices could go down if they wanted to. If you don't watch all the videos on my channel, I did a video a few weeks ago, $325 shirt versus $15 shirt, and that was a Yeezy Season 3 rugby t-shirt that I had purchased that was like 70% off. So I did not pay the full amount, but it was $325. And the fact that the stores, most of the stores were selling them for insanely lower than what they retailed at is where I think that they can bring the price down because the margins have to be insane. Sites like Essence had the shirts down to $97, which is 57% off. So I know that there's a gap there where they could bring down the price if they wanted to. And that leads me into my next point where I say, Dear Kanye West, make a more average consumer line with your clothing. I totally understand the high fashion side of things. You want to have a certain market, a certain demographic you want to sell to, keep the prices higher, keep the quality higher. Totally understandable, keep that market, but why not make a collab or something that is a little bit more inexpensive where your average consumer can have it? It will not be completely hyped up where everybody can't get it, but it'll still be something for the people who can't afford to go out and buy the Yeezy season line or just can't get shirts that are at that high price point. Yes, I spent a lot of money on the Yeezy stuff. You can see I have 2 pairs of Yeezy season boots up there, but I'm fortunate enough to do that. Some people aren't fortunate enough to spend that much. I actually got these at 40% off and these were 50% off when I bought them. So I've been getting deals on them, but not everybody can still pay that price. I think these 2 shoes right here are very high quality and I wear them all the time. The leather is amazing, the suede is amazing. But that price point of $650, which each of them were at originally, is still a little bit high. I think the price that I paid is pretty understandable. $350 for a nice high quality shoe, I think is good. Dear Kanye West, make all of the shoe sizes the same. Now, if you have any sort of the Yeezy V2s, you will know that the sizing changed drastically from the first version of the Yeezys. I'm typically a size 10.5 to an 11 when it comes to shoes, and this one I could have worn a 10.5 comfortably, but this is actually a 9.5 and I wear it without the insole, and it still works for me, it's just not as comfortable. Now, when I go to the Yeezy V2s, you will know that the sizing is completely different. On the Yeezy V2s, I went with a size 11.5, 2 sizes bigger than this, 11.5, and it was still tight on me, and I think that's because of the prime knit material. I don't know if that's just me, but my roommate has the black and white Yeezy V2s as well, and he has a size 11, usually wears a 10.5, and they still don't fit. Now, I go on to say that because I've heard that the zebras fit like a normal Yeezy. People are going another size down, so all these sizes going back and forth is so confusing to a consumer when they're trying to buy the shoe. Let's break that down a little bit. I would say for the V1s, they were all true to size. Then you get to the V2s all the way up to the black and white or the black and cream colored ones. Those were a half size to a full size up. And then you get to the black and reds that just recently came out. They were like a half size up, not as much of a size, they fit a little bit more normal. Then you get to the zebra and people are going back to their normal sizing. So you see there's just a huge gap here where it's going back and forth. People need to know what to buy, so please fix that. Dear Kanye West, do more pop-up shops. If you guys didn't see, he did a bunch of pop-up shops worldwide. I think it was 21 shops total, where he released clothing where it said like I feel like Pablo, had the signature font with all the cities that it was in on, and it was actually a really nice thing. The prices were just a little bit expensive. I think that it was a little bit outrageous, and a lot of people bought all the stuff. If you guys didn't see it, this is some of the stuff that was sold. As you can see, we got an Atlanta hoodie here, and then it says woke up and felt the vibe. Then we got one right here, it says Atlanta, as well as I feel like Pablo on the back. So I know that this is a pretty simple thing, and the prices were a little bit crazy, but it'd be nice to do more stuff like this so more people can get access to the clothes. I actually still have the price list and what you were allowed to select at the event, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. We had to wait like an hour and a half to do this, and I don't know why I ended up waiting. It wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be, and later on in the days they were actually doing more, but we all thought that the stuff was gonna sell out. So I'm gonna try to get this close up on the screen, but the t-shirts were $55, the hoodies were $105. The prices were just a little bit insane. The crew necks were $95. They had some other stuff like a military jacket that was $325. All of this stuff was very expensive, but I think if he changed things up, maybe made that more average consumer line, he did pop-up shops like that, more people would be able to get it, and it would just be more of a thing where a lot more people would be wearing it. I know a lot of people got this Atlanta stuff, and I think they sold out of everything, but it was over a 3-day span, and a lot of people purchased it. And those t-shirts are just gilded, and that costs, what, $1 per shirt, maybe less, so they're selling them at $55 a piece. That's a $50 profit at least, so I just think the prices need to come down. I know it's possible. You can make it $25 a t-shirt and still make an insane profit. And lastly, dear Kanye West, make some more colors in the Yeezys. I know that goes along with making more shoes, but we've been seeing a little bit more colors. Like I would like to see a Oxford tan style. There is an off-white colored one coming out next, which I'm actually really hyped for. I'm just not hyped for the numbers on them. I think there are 4,500 of the zebras, so I don't know if they're gonna be a lot more of the off-white ones, but I'd like to see more colors, maybe like a reincarnation of the original ones where they had a moon rock, Oxford tan, pirate black, something like that. I know that some of the colors are similar, but maybe make some more colors and produce more quantities. So that's all I have to say, and some of the consumers have to say to Kanye West. If you guys want to get on this type of discussion, go ahead and follow me on my social medias. I'll put them up on the screen. That's where I ask a bunch of stuff like this, where I get your guys' input so I can put a little bit more effort into these videos and not just talk about my opinions, but everybody's opinions in the community. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below and comment what you think Kanye West could do differently to kind of make the brand a little bit more easier for the average person to buy and not stress out over getting shoes. If you guys are new here, I post videos on Sundays and Thursdays, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Harrison.
Congratulations. Work so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. That was never friendly. Yeah, now I'm jumping out of Bentley. Yeah.